Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone from wherever and whatever time you are listening to us. And in this session, we are going to discuss about strategic business reporting orientation, and this is an international variant. And we are discussing it for September 2020 and December 2020 exams as well. So let's discuss about the SBR exam and their content. But first of all, let's discuss about the tutor. Regarding discussing tutors introduction, I am Nomalia Kad, Chartered Accountant, ICAW member, ACCA member, and PIFA member. I have more than 6 years of teaching experience and more than 5 years of industry experience working at various positions of accounts and finance, audit in various organizations, private limited, public limited companies, and group companies as well. I am a lecturer at Government University and I am also a tutor for ICAW, ACCA, CMA, USC, and various other professional qualifications. This was brief introduction about myself. Let's discuss directly about the orientation contents of today. Regarding discussing the orientation content, these are the content. First of all, we will be discussing what is SBR. SBR, that is basically Strategic Business Reporting Exam of ACCA. And that is basically a professional level exam. And that is an advanced level exam of financial reporting. That's a fundamental level exam of ACCA, previously known as F7. So that's an update, advanced level of F7 exam. Then we will be discussing what is the syllabus or examinable document for SBR, what is broad forward knowledge, as we know that it's an advanced level exam of F7, so there must be some broad forward knowledge as well. But don't worry about it. In this session, we will be covering all of the areas, either they are from F7 or they are from the SBR. So we will be revising and discussing each and every content. Then, what is the paper pattern of SBR? How many questions, how many sections will be examinable? We will be discussing that too. Study resources that are available to students and how we will be supporting our students through our lectures, audio and video lectures, notes, and various other resources as well. Then finally, there will be a question and answer session. If you have any confusion, any question, anything, then definitely you can discuss with us. So let's discuss about the orientation contents in much detail. First of all, we will be discussing what is SBR, Strategic Business Reporting. As I told you briefly that Strategic Business Reporting, that's an advanced level exam of ACCA. And that's an advanced level exam of F7, financial reporting exam as well. In SBR, we will be discussing about the ethical principles, what are fundamental ethical principles, professionally, rules and regulation, IASB code of ethics, we will be discussing that. Then, what is the financial reporting framework? Obviously, framework is quite important for preparation of financial statement, for knowing the rules, for knowing the standards of IAS and IFRS. Then finally, what is financial reporting performance? Obviously, we have to report on the performance of our entities as well. Either they are single entities or they are consolidated. So we have to know how our entities are performing as well. Then we will be learning about preparation of financial statement for group entities. It means we will be discussing the consolidation section here as well. Then we will be discussing about interpretation. Obviously, we have to interpret financial statement. Definitely, we have to explain what are those numbers as well. Because as a good professional, we must have some abilities that we can explain what's going on. Either our entity is performing good or performing bad. So what are the reasons behind that? That's quite important as well. And then finally, we will be discussing what are the impact of changes, what are our changes in our professional, that is accounting regulation as well. So these are the content. This is all about what is SBR, Strategic Business Reporting. Some of these might be very unknown to you. that might be some different to you. So don't worry about it. We will be discussing all of the areas in our SBR course as well. Then what is our syllabus or examinable documents for SBR? And this is a brief document from SCCA website. So these are the basically the standards. These are basically the various ones that we have to cover. IAS 1, IAS 2, IAS 7, IAS 8, IAS 10, 12, 16, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 27, 28, 32, 33, 4, 6, 7, 38, 40, and 41. If we look at this page, then apart from IAS 19, apart from IAS 24, and apart from IAS 34, all of those standards have been covered in F7. But don't worry about it. We will be discussing each and every standard in our this session as well. Either it is IAS 1, IAS 2, or whatever it is, we will be discussing in SBR complete sessions as well. Because we know that students might forgot those standards or they might remember but not remember too good. But it's quite important in SBR exam that we remember each and everything in a very good way. Because it is a technical exam and examiner tests each and every standard in much detail other than F7 exam. Finally, there are some new standards as we can see that IFRS 1 that is first time adaptation, IFRS 2 that is share based payment, IFRS 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 and followed on. There are some other statements. Then some EDs. What is EDs? EDs mean exposure draft. Obviously, exposure draft, discussion papers, and other documents mean if there are any changes in accounting standards, accounting policies, or any other current issues, then we will be discussing all of these points in our this section as well. As I told you previously, so don't worry about it. Either if you have covered any standard in F7 exam or you have not covered anything in your F7 exam, we will be supporting you completely. And we will be discussing each and everything in our much detail. So what is broad forward knowledge? We have already covered it up. What is the broad forward knowledge? As I told you that majority of standards have been covered, but we will be discussing each and everything in detail. Either it is IAS 24, 34 or whatever other statement it is or discussion paper as well. We will be discussing each and everything. Then finally discussing what is the paper pattern of SBR, how many questions will be there, what are the sections, is there any choice or if there is no choice. Let's discuss. There are 4 questions in total that will be discussed, that will be asked from the examiner in our SBR exam. And these 4 questions have been divided into 2 sections. Each section contains 2 questions. Section 1 is of 50 marks and section 2 is also of 50 marks as well. These are approximate marks. So 50 marks for section A, 50 marks for section B, section 2 you can say, and 2 questions in each section. 2 questions in section 1 and 2 questions in section 2. So in total there will be 4 questions. Previously there was some choice element in P2 exam, that was the previous exam of SBR, but now there is no choice element. SCC has removed the choice element. So there will be 4 questions and you have to attempt 4 questions as well. If you miss any question or you miss out any part of any question, definitely you are losing some of the key marks and basic marks as well. So it's important that you manage your time, you have good skills, you know how to write up your answer. These are quite important techniques and we will be discussing each and every area. So let's discuss the paper pattern in much detail. What will be examinable in question 1, question 2, question 3 and question 4. First of all, let's discuss the question number 1. Question number 1 is all about 2 areas. One is consolidation and second thing is basically about standard. What is consolidation? Students normally think that consolidation means that preparation of income statement like profit and loss statement or preparation of statement of financial position, balance sheet or preparation of cash flow statement. This was true in P2 exam Now you do not need to prepare complete those statements. So it means there will be some calculation element, but not too much detail because majority of portion would be about discussion. We have to discuss the consolidation rules and regulation. For example, if some company is acquiring some other company like some subsidiary, some investment or some associate or any other thing, then you have to discuss what are the acquisition rules, how you can apply those rules into your scenario in your exam. For example, if there is any disposal, how you can discuss the rules of disposal, at what time of the year you have made out the disposal. So there are various rules that you have to discuss. So the main point to convey is that we have to discuss the discussion session. Apart from calculation, we have to discuss those rules. So calculation would be of few marks, but discussion would be of major marks as well. Regarding standard, there could be anything. Any IAS International Accounting Standards or IFRS International Financial Reporting Standard that could be examined in Part B or Part C of consolidation area. It could be anyone. It could be IAS 2, IFRS 2, IFRS 9, or it could be anything. Normally, students think that current issues would not be tested it out in question number 1. No, this is completely wrong. Examiner has previously tested current issues in SBR question number 1. And they can be equally tested it out in question number 1, question 2, or any other question of the exam. So be ready that current issues can be tested it out in any standard, in any part of any question as well. Discussing the question number 2. What is question number 2 all about? Question number 2 is about two areas, that is about ethics and accounting standard. What is meant by ethics? We know that ethics is all about either something is right, something is wrong. So ethics is all about. So we will be discussing what are the IASP code of ethics, like integrity, objectivity, professional competence and due care, professional behavior, confidentiality. So we know that there are 5 code of ethics. So we will be discussing those code of ethics and what are their implications. If you miss out any of the code, if you breach any of the rule or regulation, then what could be the implication and what safeguards are available to you. So what you should do in that kind of approach as well. Then finally, accounting standard, it could be any IAS or IFRS that could be tested it out in question number 2 of SPR. While discussing the marks, question number 2 approximately, and that will be of 20 marks. So question number 2 will be of 20 marks, while question number 1 will be approximately of 30 marks. And these marks have been approximated from the previous past papers of SPR. These marks might vary a little bit, but most appropriately, these are the mark question number 2 for 20 and question number 1 that will be of 30 marks. Discussing the question number 3 and question number 4. Question number 3 and question number 4 will be approximately 25 marks each. So 25 marks for question number 3 and 25 marks for question number 4 as well. So in total, it gives us 50 marks. This will be about IAS, IFRS, and other than that, there will be some performance evaluation area. So we have to evaluate the performance of entity. We know that performance of an entity can be evaluated on 2 areas. One is financial indicators and second is non-financial indicator. Financial areas and also non-financial areas as well. There might be some KPI and many other areas that can be discussed. Then finally, there will be some current issues, some exposure draft, other discussion that we have to discuss and we have to find it out as well. Like we discussed about performance evaluation, we have to discuss what is the stakeholders perspective, what is the management perspective as well. What are the non-financial indicators? What are the financial indicators? What are the KPIs, key performance indicators of entity? Then in current issues, we will be discussing what are the exposure draft, what are the issues in current standard, what suggestions that can be given to improve those areas and those weaknesses as well. Then finally, there could be some conceptual framework. What is the framework? Framework is basically a set of rules and regulation according to which we have to prepare our financial statements basically. What are our rules? What are our various concepts that we have to apply as well? There is another important area that majority of students neglect as well, but neglecting this area could have detrimental effect on your performance. These are professional marks. Although this seems quite less, that there are only 4 professional marks in total, but they create a very good impression as well. Because professional marks, obtaining those marks means that you are a good professional. You don't learn only the standard, but you know how to write a report, how to reply an email, how to write a memo, or any other thing that is being asked by the examiner. So we have to try. It doesn't mean that we have to do anything extra, but just mean that we have to write clearly. We have to explain those things as required by the examiner. Normally, professional marks are about the quality of discussion. Sometimes they are about the format, but majority of time they are about the quality of discussion. It means if you are discussing points in good quality with full explanation, definitely it will give you a good idea and you can get good marks as well. And getting those marks, obtaining those marks will give you a very good impression in the eyes of examiner that you are discussing each and everything in much detail. And how these marks will be distributed: approximately 2 professional marks in section A and 2 professional marks in section B that will be awarded to students as well. And students must try to get those professional marks as easily as possible. Then, what are the study resources that will be available to our SBR students? First of all, we will be guiding to our student what is our study guide. Then, what are the syllabus or examinable document? Then, we will be providing you complete notes of IAS and IFRS as well. Apart from complete notes, there will be some revision notes as well. Revision short notes of IAS and IFRS, because we know that student might face some difficulties in learning those IAS and IFRS. So both things are quite important. First of all, they have to get complete knowledge about IAS and IFRS. Then finally, there must be some smart notes, some revision notes, so they can revise those topics, those IAS and IFRS in less time. Then there will be complete video lectures as well. Then there will be some revision lectures as well for students as well. There will be some technical articles that are important. We will be discussing those articles, what are current issues, resources, and how we can cover up those issues. Because current issues, EDs, other statements, this is an area that is not well performed by the majority of students. And this is a repetitive complaint of examiner. And any other relevant websites that we can use for our getting good marks. Finally, we'll be discussing past exam paper questions, specific exams, and those are available at hccglobal.com. And we will be discussing those past exam questions and other exams in our classes and video lectures. But we have to remember what is our key to pass. Key to pass is, first of all, that we must be having some sound knowledge of exam, of IAS, IFRS, current issues, financial reporting framework, and so on. Then it is all about the application, how we can apply our knowledge. First of all, knowledge, then it is about application. Then application comes from our practice. So we have to practice. Practice makes perfect. As we will be having practice, so it will be good for us as well. So these are study resources that we will be sharing with our student. Then what is our methodology? Because we know that sometimes it is difficult for student how to get good things. They just get the video lectures and then they think that either it is good for them or it is not good for them. But those sessions are not just about sharing those video lectures with students. We will be in contact with our student and there will be some live session with our student If they have any query, any problem, then definitely they can discuss. First of all, we will be completing our syllabus. Then I told you about sharing notes, complete notes and revision notes, then sharing the video lecture. Then we will also be sharing the latest study material with our student. Then another important area, that is our unique feature, that there are some class-based assignments and home-based assignments as well. So it means we will be in contact with our student. There will be some class-based assignments and some home-based assignment, and they will be discussing those assignments with us basically. If they face any problem in an example or in technical point, we will be in touch with them and we can discuss those assignments and those problems as well. There will be regular tests as well when we will be completing our major topics. So there will be some tests, like for example, when we have completed our IS 16, IS 36, so there will be a test our IS 16 after IS 36. So after completing every major standard, we will be having some regular tests. Tests are quite important to know, to track how students are performing as well. If they are facing problem in any area, so definitely we can identify and we can improve those areas of performance as well. Then we will be discussing about the question bank and past paper practice, revision classes, then finally exam tips and technique as well. So exam tips and techniques are not at the end. We will be discussing those tips and technique when we will be discussing our knowledge, our standard, and during our revision classes as well. And revision classes provide you a very good area, a very good opportunity that you can learn again about your new topics, revision of key concepts as well. Then finally, there will be a question and answer session after the orientation. If you have any question, then please feel free to ask, to discuss those questions with us. Our contact details have been provided at the end of our orientation session. So you can get our complete course, how you can contact with us, how you can connect with us. These are WhatsApp details. This is our Facebook page, Accountancy and Finance Training Center. This is a LinkedIn profile of Twitter. This is an email. So it means that there are a lot of contact details through which you can approach to us. So good luck to everyone and thank you very much for listening to us about the SBR brief orientation session. Please share your feedback. If you have any question, any query, then you can discuss with us. Good luck to everyone. Have a good day. Thank you very much. See you soon.